All right, guys. So let's go ahead and check out these pitch notes. So we're gonna get started with foot co-op. Providing meaningful ways to play with your friends was one of our key goals for the title this year. When FIFA 21 is released, playing online cooperatively with a friend will be possible in squad battles, division rivals, and foot friendlies. Let's spend some time covering how you launch into a co-op session and what you can expect. We've added a new friends widget to the game, which is accessible through most of FIFA Ultimate Team by simply hitting R2 or RT. From this widget, you can select a friend to play a game with and be taken straight to the co-op lobby. So they're going to do it similar to Seasons, I guess, right? The person who sets up the lobby will become the captain, meaning that they have control over which of their squads will be used for the match and what game modes you will play. From the lobby, both players will see the captain's top-rated players from their current active squad, and when both players are ready the captain will have the ability to start the game in the chosen mode. Okay, now let's cover some of the specifics about this all works. How this all works across modes: co-ops, squad battles, and division rivals. In squad battles, we've had a limit to the number of games that you could play that counted towards your weekly score, referred to throughout this section as a scored match. In Foot 21, we'll also be bringing a similar cap to division rivals. I'll jump into why we made this change later in the pitch notes. When opting to play co-op in squad battles and division rivals, both players will use one of their scored weekly matches. Based on the result of the game, each participant will earn their weekly score and coins for the match using the regular in-game calculations. With each game counting towards your number of scored matches, playing well together will be an important factor for both of your success. If one player has run out of games that counted for their weekly score, neither of you will continue to earn weekly score. That being said, the both of you could still play the match to earn coins and skill rating, make progress towards objectives, and accumulate weekend league qualification points. You will know before starting the match if this applies, as both players will receive a message warning if they are out of matches. For division rivals specifically, matchmaking will be done using the highest skill rating of the duo. So if the host is in Division 9 and the guest is in Division 5, players will be matched at the higher skill rating of Division 5 using our existing matchmaking for division rivals. For those who are wondering how this will impact your skill ranking as a lower ranked player who's winning in co-op with their friend, your progression in rivals will be similar to if you were playing games against players at your own level. So while you'll still rise, co-op will not serve as a major accelerator to your ranking. Another consideration that we've made is for players who don't want to play against co-op pairs and rivals, we've included a toggle that lets you choose between a mix of solo players and co-op groups in your matches, or just versus solo players. Which is good, because I'm going to be turning off playing against co-op players. I don't like playing against twos personally, but that's just me. Co-op friendlies. In friendlies, you can pair up to play together, and using in-game matchmaking, find people to play any of our base friendlies experience: classic, mystery ball, swaps, king of the hill, max chemistry, headers, and volleys. Survive. Okay, I don't care. The matches will follow the rule set chosen, and rewards. Cool. Co-op FIFA trainer improvements. Knowing that learning to play as a team will be a new experience. Using a trainer, don't care. Foot events. Playing together won't only take place on the pitch in head-to-head gameplay. In foot events, you can collaborate and compete by completing objectives in-game to unlock rewards as a community. This year, we're bringing two types of events to objectives. With community events, each player who completes objectives in specified groups will contribute to a global XP pool. As this pool of XP grows, the community will progress towards thresholds that unlock rewards for everyone who's completed at least one objective in the event. Team events will divide the community into different teams to compete head-to-head for rewards. Joining a team is easy. When you start the event, you'll be given the choice to support one of up to 5 teams, each with their own set of objectives and rewards. Teams can be crafted using any type of theme or competition. Are you Team Pele or Maradona? When it comes to choosing your team, don't worry about which one has the most members. Get behind your favorite, as the competition isn't about earning the absolute highest amount of total XP. Competitions are balanced based on which team members are contributing the highest XP on average for the event. So once you've chosen your team, start completing the objectives to help your chosen side in the leaderboards. At the end of the competition, the winning team will be rewarded with new customization items to show off your allegiance, coins, or packs. The types of rewards available will change with each event throughout the year. We've got some interesting competitions to deliver this year that I'm sure you will enjoy. And if your team doesn't win the competition, fear not, there will still be consolation rewards available in-game for the losing teams. With these new events in the game, objectives will be an even better way for players to connect on and off the pitch and start unlocking rewards together. Foot Stadium. The ground that you play in have long been one of the key ways to craft an identity for your club. be it Anfield, a Signal, Aduna Park, or one of the many other amazing licensed stadiums you can pair with your Ultimate Team as a home ground. This year, we're adding to those options with something entirely new. For FIFA 21, we've built the Foot Stadium to be the most customizable arena in the game. Designed from the ground up, the Foot Stadium grows alongside your club with new customization options that enable you to craft. Okay, I don't really care too much about the crafting for the stadium, if I'm being honest with you guys, so I'm just going to go skip past that one. This is the stuff I care about right here. Core competitive modes improvements, division rival placements through squad battles plus promotion corner wards. So this is basically like you can play squad battles to signify what division rivals rank you should be in. So I'm going to skip right past that. For players who want to jump directly into the action in Rivals, the regular 5 placement match method will continue to be an option. So the option before is basically like you can play squad battles to tell you what division rivals rank you deserve to be in, right? We've made improvements to the placement match logic through fine-tuning to ensure that players end up in the right division for their placement skill every time. Another addition to Rivals is new corner ward rewards for promotion. Each time that you reach a new division in Rivals, it's now more rewarding through a one-time coin reward that is added to your club immediately upon a promotion. Rewards based on divisions and values shown are not final. Another addition to Rivals is a new coin rewards for promotion. Each time that you reach a new division in Rivals, it's now more rewarding through a one-time coin reward that is added to your club immediately upon promotion. Rewards based on divisions and values shown are not final. This change will also ensure that your placement matches are better rewarded than before, as once your placement is completed, you'll get coins for each division you pass through. So if you finish your placements in Division 5, you'll get the coins for Divisions 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 all at once, helping you closer to finding that next player for your squad on the transfer market. Division Rivals weekly match cap plus new tiers. As mentioned earlier, another change that we're implementing this year is a cap on the number of games that will contribute to the weekly score accumulation in Division Rivals. This change is being made after seeing positive results in squad battles as a way to ensure that those who play in Division Rivals weekly competition have a more predictable experience week to week. Now, after completing your first 30 games of Rivals, the match will stop adding to your weekly score. Through this change, players who play Rivals more than 30 times per week can continue to make progress against objectives, earn higher skill ratings, and climb to new divisions, but they won't make it harder for players with tighter play schedules to compete in the weekly leaderboards through their continued play. Okay. This change pairs nicely with the addition of a new rank in the leaderboards that are being added to balance the efforts required to reach some of the middle rank rewards. Division Rivals will now feature 6 ranks instead of 5 to split players a bit more, making the results in weekly matches a slightly higher factor in where they finish in the competition. Expanded top leaderboards. Foot Champions and squad battles will both have an increase to the size of the leaderboards from the top 100 that we've had since the launch of Champions in Foot 17 to a top 200. Good inclusion to Foot Champs. Hate the game mode, but a good inclusion. As the modes have continued to grow, tight competition between top players has resulted in some incredible performances in both squad battles and the weekend league. However, this has meant at times players who put in great performances haven't had the visibility they deserve, narrowly missing and falling into the Elite 1 rank. Through the expansion of the leaderboards to a top 200 will provide a higher level of visibility to top performing players in both competitions. This will be paired with an extension of the rewards throughout the top 200. We're planning to double the size of the previous tiers with the exception of rank 1, so the 100 to 1 to 200 ranked players won't just be getting the lowest top 100 rewards. Rank 1 will continue to be exclusive position in the ranks, but beyond that, we've got the following changes. Cool. Live foot friendlies. With live foot friendlies, we're combining squad rules with the different house rules and friendlies to create fun and diverse new ways to play that will be active for a limited time. Squad rules are team building requirements that force you to think about the type of team you're bringing into the match. As an example, they can be configured to simple rules like max 3 players from the Premier League or silver or bronze players only, as well as more advanced rule set like max 2 from the same league minimum chemistry 100. If you're looking for something more competitive, we will occasionally create live friendlies paired objectives with a limited number of total games. So as an example, you may find an event with a max of 4 matches paired with the objective, asking you to win games. But they will always be a way to play the game in new and interesting ways. I'm excited about this addition because I think it's going to bring a dimension to the game that will really create a variety of new ways to play the game year-round. Meaningful moments. In the past, special items that have been limited in the way they could be upgraded, limited to the 6 faces attributes on a player item: pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, and physical. This allows us to improve players, but didn't allow us for target specific attributes to be increased based on the specific events that happen in a match. In Foot 21, we've built our new feature that will allow certain special items, such as moments items, to better reflect the real-world footballing moments that are based on. As an example, if Trent Alexander-Arnold was to receive a moments item to celebrate him as a dead ball specialist in previous games, his passing would increase to raise his free kick accuracy stat. In Foot 21, we'll be able to raise his free kick accuracy to new heights without also impacting his short and long passing to better reflect his... Okay. Updating game menus, or updated game menus. Where am I? Right here. Okay. Updated game menus. We've done a major overhaul to the design of the menus for FIFA 21 and really simplified the organization while giving quick access to some key parts of the game: news, objectives, play, transfer, store. To break it down, let's start with the first major change. Looks like Pez, eh? The menus have been divided into 2 key information points and 1 navigation bar. The first information point is a large window on the left in the image above. The first information point is a large window on the left in the image above, which will be used to deliver contextual information about foot based on the space you're currently highlighting. The second smaller window on the right will deliver information about anything that's going on in the world of foot. Both of these windows have quick call-out options that take you to the relevant information being displayed or allow you to dive deeper and learn more. The navigation bar has been greatly simplified with news, objectives, play, transfer, store, and more options. The news section is new to Ultimate Team and will house information about things happening in the game, like title update notes, updates on content releases throughout the year. This will be available on demand directly in-game, so you'll never miss out on the latest news. The play menu has combined single-player and online modes in one easy-to-access location. Next, we've enabled quicker access to squad and customization in the game. From anywhere in the top level menus, you'll be able to hold up or down on the controller and quickly access these 2 areas. Cool. In the squad menus, we've added a new list view toggle when scanning players. This view can help you quickly compare the players on screen to find the right fit of your for your needs. We've also extended the functionality of radial menu to more places in the club, allowing for faster shortcuts to action on your players as you navigate. When you select Take Me There from an objective, we've added a pop-out that you can toggle to serve as a quick reminder of the objective requirements you're trying to complete. Together, all these changes to the menu system come together to be much more intuitive, informative, quicker, and easier to navigate than in previous years. Removal of fitness and training items. In an effort to streamline the systems in the game, we've decided for different reasons to remove both fitness and training items in FIFA 21. It's good that they removed both of those, to be fair. Fitness items have been light management element in Ultimate Team since the very beginning. The decay of player fitness was put in the game originally to encourage rotation in the squad and to simulate some of the management decisions that football squads have to consider. However, we've evaluated that these mechanics have decided that it wasn't creating the desired effect in rotation, and players were spending time doing a management action that was frequently required and ultimately not very fun, ever, at any point in any time. So this year, while fitness and player stamina will still be important factors inside of a match, dictating, for example, how much you can sprint and for how long, you will no longer have to manage that mechanic in the menus as well. All players in Foot 21 will start every game at full fitness, which is good. Training items were also a legacy staple in the game, allowing the application of stat boost to players for a single game. This mechanic was not something that was being used in game by the vast majority of players, so we've decided rather than to continue with this feature and give people items in packs that are not using, to remove it and simplify the space in game. As a result of these 2 changes, we're also removing fitness, training, and healing related staff items from the game. We've also taken the opportunity to simplify healing items. In Foot 21, healing items items will no longer be targeted at specific injuries. There will only be 2 healing items in the game: gold, common, and rare items. Healing should just not be a thing in the game either, but whatever, right? These will be applicable to any injury type and will reduce the injury duration by 2 matches and 5 matches respectively. Packs in Foot 21 have been rebalanced around these changes, and we've added a suite of new licensed club customization options from club tifos and stadium themes. Cool. Icons of the Foot 100. This year we've added some key new names to the icon list, and we're going to have 100 icons in-game this year for the first time ever. Yeah, okay, cool. No, we've taken a look at that already. Next generation of consoles. We're heading into an exciting time in gaming with the pending... Yeah, this is basically telling you that if you have it on PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, or Xbox One, it just transfers over to the new game once you get the new console. Okay, so I tried to put this all together different times, but I feel like I don't know if I'm like getting my point across. So this video I'm just going to put out, even if it's just, you know... So this is what the balance is going to be next year, and we're going to talk about it more, okay? The balance is going to be this. You're going to play Foot Champs during the weekend. During the weekdays, you have the Division Rivals concept where you have a maximum of 30 games to gain your skill points so that you can get whatever rewards it is that you get. But after the 30 games, you will probably use that time to get to the higher division. So for most people, they may not get Division 1, not most people, excuse me. For some people that are going to be trying to get to Division 1 right away, they may not get it the first time, but the second time they might get to Division 1 quickly because of the way that the matchmaking is going to work, right? So that concept exists in your game where after the 30 games, the only thing you can play after for Division Rivals is to go to Division 1 and then maintain it every single week by playing the 30 games as the week progresses. Okay. Then after Division Rivals from the weekdays, you have Foot Co-op. So if you have your boy that you want to play with, you can play Squad Ballers, Division Rivals, or Friendlies with to build your ultimate team with your boy while, you know, playing the game as well, which is another good balance. And then the balance you have after Foot Co-op is you now have a combination of the two with Foot Drafts, or the new little slot that you have in online Friendlies where it's going to be different tournaments, which the rewards are not yet confirmed because they may be different as the game progresses. Not 100% sure, right? So that's the balance with that as well. And then there's also the other balance where if you're getting 15k coins, which in whatever way you're getting it, right, whether it's the menu content, right, you're just a really good person at trading in the game, you get that, and then you know, use those coins to play Foot Drafts, and then from Foot Drafts you play the rounds, and then you get whatever pack rewards you get from the gold packs, whether it be good, whether it be bad. That's going to depend on the promo or the price of the players in the beginning of the game, because there will be certain times during the week that if a good promo is not out, there's no real points to opening those packs because you have to wait for the promos, right? So that's another balance that you have on top of that. The only thing that I think is yet again wrong this year is the fact that you guys didn't add a tournament mode in the exact same format as the World Cup, okay? Because with Foot Champs and Division Rivals existing, as well as drafts and that mode that exists in online Friendlies, it would be nice to be able to get rewards from consistently playing the game, even after those two things, by wanting to use different players but still getting, could have been mediocre rewards. Like, you know, the same concept of an open matchmaking with the 3 qualifying games. You get, I don't know, 2k coins, wouldn't even matter, 2k coins for qualifying for the tournament, 1k coin for qualifying for the tournament. You go through the rounds, and then at the end, you get the reward for winning the whole thing at the end, right? I think that concept would have been, yet again, for the 3rd year in a row, a better balance in your game, especially with these improvements that you added to Division Rivals and Foot Champs. What I'm noticing, and what people are going to fail to see, because people get really hyped about the new FIFAs all the time, is that your game is very competitive based yet again. So I'm going to play on the weekends, probably 30 games, 40 games, whatever it is that you decide to go with, and then I have to play 30 games during the week with, even if you say you don't have to, you have to play with your most meta team possible to play those game modes consistently, right? And then after using those most meta players possible, then you can either play online Friendlies or drafts, which, you know, let's just say, for instance, you play Foot Champs, you get a red player pick that's not really meta, but a card that you want to use for fun. The only place you can use that card is in online friendlies, and you can use it in division rivals after your 30 games, but you'll probably be at a massive disadvantage playing in divisions by using fun players, because no matter what, FIFA always has a meta every single year, right? So I think these improvements are nice. I think you guys failed yet again, though. That's just my opinion, because I think that specific concept of a mode would have saved Ultimate Team in general, because if you have zero interest in playing in any of these competitive modes, and you just want to be a guy that wants to be on the menus and chill and get the coins and then play with fun players with fun different squads, you yet again can't really do that without getting decent rewards, right? Even if they were very lackluster. The only thing you could do is play classic matches and get like 500 coins each. Is the balance completely terrible? No. It's not as terrible as it was in previous years, because the balance of hopping between champs, division rivals, to foot drafts, and that one game mode in online friendlies, because the rest of them are irrelevant in my opinion, is a better one. But I really do stand by the fact that I believe that they screwed up by yet again not adding that mode, because that mode would have made the game perfect. Because just think about it like this. You play division rivals, your 30 games are during the week. So if it's during the week, you probably have to play 6 games in a day, each day, for you to get whatever skill points you get, blah, 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 right? And then after those 6 games, you can just play the tournament mode for fun, keep collecting coins, and then, you know, the next day you'll play division rivals again to get your skill points. That's the balance that I think for the last 3 years that should have existed. Again, I do think that these things they added to the game are nice improvements, especially since you removed fitness from the game. You've made Foot Champs top 200, even though I hate the game mode. And Division Rivals having the cap at 30 with blah, blah, blah. The Division Rivals balance would have only existed with this mode, in my opinion, right? But another thing that really bothers me yet again is that you guys are going to have this concept where objectives are going to exist yet again in your game, but if someone is in the top tier divisions, they're going to have, or there's no, what seems like, I don't know if it is or if it isn't, what seems like there's no benefit to trying to get these objectives in the top divisions. Because I think the way that you could have solved this issue a little bit is that you see the top left corner of the screen where you have the same exact stuff in regards to coins, FIFA points, and record. There should be an option to remove that top left and just show you the coins and the FIFA points that you have, because people will look at the record, right? People will look at that record and the losses that they will get for doing objectives in whatever division that they're in, because not everybody's going to be playing for objectives. A lot of people are going to be try-harding to get the W, right? You have that concept yet again where it's just annoying to deal with. Like, okay, I played a game where I tried to win, but I also try to do the objective at the same time. Some of these objectives are really questionable. And if I had to do them in Division 1, I would hate my life. Because some things are effective and some things aren't. Like scoring outside the box. Scoring outside the box in Division Rivals is super irritating, depending on the type of opponent that you play. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's different variables, because the gameplay will also matter as well. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the gameplay mechanics are for the objectives that you add, that matters too. But I really hope, really hope that whatever squad battles objective you have in the game says and rivals or draft. Because if it doesn't and I have to play against AI when I don't want to play against AI for the objectives for that season pass, you guys will be completely idiotic. You kind of saved it this year, right? By saying squad battles or rivals, okay? You saved it a little bit, but we'll see how you do that next year. Okay? We'll see how you do that next year. I feel like I'm not getting everything across, you know? I'm just disappointed at the balance yet again, because that mode would have been the complete balance of this game. Right? Because in Division Rivals, even after your 30 games, sure, go use your fun players, but you're probably going to hate your life while playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't always be meta-oriented. But that's exactly what they want. They want it to be completely meta-oriented so that people have this thing in their head where they have to spend money on the game to get the better players. Because the game is going to be, yet again, way more meta-oriented than it is like, hey, let me just try out some different players. So regardless, next year, the balance that I'm going to have is obviously going to be playing FUT Champs, doing my 30 games, having to try hard all of the games in both game modes, but then after the 30 games, I'm going to be using whatever players I want, even if I'm at a disadvantage, because I genuinely don't care. Once I get to Division 1, right, and I play my 30 games for the week, I'm probably going to be doing drafts or online friendlies for the rest of it. That's what the balance is going to be for me. But like I said, the balance is not terrible. It's not like previous years. I just think that they could have saved it a little bit, and I feel like they didn't. Even though they did add that column in the online friendly section where you can play with different teams, which is cool. It's definitely an improvement, and it's nice to have in the game, but we'll see how that all works out. But that's the balance that I'm telling you guys is going to happen for next year's game. FUT Champs, Division Rivals, play drafts and online friendlies for the rest of it, and potentially play with a content creator on FUT Co-op. That's what the balance is going to be. Again, not a terrible balance, but also not what it should be just yet, you know? So that's just my opinion. You guys take what you want from that opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.